are now listening to Lower Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lower Road Radio.
Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lower Road Radio.
Let's get it.
That's Tanagra when the walls fell. This is Dan Owings coming at you live for Lower Road Radio with my co-host, as always, Jason. How you doing today?
I'm doing really good. This is really exciting. You scared me a little bit. I thought you were going to pull the Vietnam.
Good morning, Vietnam. That's the Michael Scott opens up the speech at the sales convention when he's filling in for Dwight with that and is greeted by crickets. It's a wonderful moment on The Office. We're live, Jason.
We are live. First live show ever.
Now, we have always recorded this live.
We've never recorded it delayed.
Yeah, like there's never been a time where you said, I'm going to come in and record my part, and then, you come in later and then lay your part down.
Yeah, we tried. Well, we tried.
Yeah.
It just, the conversation
it's hard
wasn't,
to have a
two-way.
I would say the first, we did that for the first 3, 4 to 7 episodes. And it just didn't flow well,
No, and when we had a guest, it was almost impossible.
Yeah, it was really hard to work around them. So then we started recording live, but this is the first time we're actually coming to you live,
Broadcasting live.
We're broadcasting live. I don't even know how the way this works. Where do you find us on the radio station? Like what dial? Like is it this AM? Is this FM?
I think it's shortwave.
Okay, all right.
I also think we're on Podbean.
Podbean.
Currently, that's the only live outlet.
Really?
Now,
well, you can do Facebook Live. You can do YouTube Live, right?
Yeah, but I don't think listen, there's some things we have to investigate. This is week 2 of using our brand new soundboard.
Yeah.
Which is Zoom's L8.
Yeah.
It's a podcast driven board.
We've got wonderful feedback from it.
No, not in the audio sense. There wasn't like buzzing and ringing.
No, people enjoyed it.
Yes.
It was resoundingly our best episode we've ever had.
Audio wise.
Just
everything.
Yeah, everything.
Well, the best one was the one that we actually failed to record.
Yeah, it wasn't recording.
That
we were just
one was
talking
so
into
great.
2 microphones like a couple of idiots listening to ourselves talk. It was fabulous. It was an awesome episode.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
It really, really was.
Yeah.
Okay, so tonight. Whoa!
We're gonna make it right tonight.
You sing more than anybody. Like you're Andy from The Office.
Listen, I like to sing. I won't apologize for that. But I don't want to be a king. I just want to sing. Stop that. All right. Am I like the effeminate prince on Monty Python and the Holy Grail? A little bit. But, I won't apologize.
Maybe.
He's going to tell. He never does sing. You never actually hear him sing.
No, he's about to sing, right?
Yes, he's just about to sing. And you hear the townspeople, he's going to tell, and he's starting to rock back and forth,
Oh, so good. That's such a good movie.
That scene in particular is wonderful because Lancelot is storming the castle.
Yes.
And you see the 2 guards standing outside, watching him come, and there's that drum roll, and you see him coming, and then they're looking, and then all of a sudden, and he's murdering everybody, and then he apologizes. That's a great scene. It's
a great movie. One of my favorites.
Yeah, but that's not why we're here.
No.
To talk about Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Why are we here?
That's a good question.
The
format of the show is a 3 and 3. We bring 3 things each.
We invented the 3 and 3. A lot of podcasts are doing it now. There's a lot of podcasts stealing. I know Bill Simmons is doing it now.
Yep.
Ben Shapiro is doing it now.
Yep.
Across
Joe Rogan
completely stole it. Is acting. Mark Maron's doing it. Even on Conan's everybody's doing the 3 and 3 now. But what people don't realize is we invented the 3 and 3.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If we only could have trademarked it, all of those people would owe us money.
It's too bad. Maybe we could hire some sort of lawyer, some sort of Johnny Cochran type to, go back and sue these people. But for now, we're just going to move forward and just let you know that we invented the 3 and 3.
Okay, so my first thing tonight.
Yeah.
Actually, things 1 and 2.
No.
Go together.
What you can't. Okay, fine.
No, listen, I'm only going to do one of the 1 and 2.
So I am to anticipate that your second thing is going to be related to your first thing.
You know what? I'm actually going to do my third thing, and then I'll come back for 1 and 2.
This is unprecedented. I don't know how
I've actually done this dozens of times, and you just don't know it.
Okay.
There's a video. You have to find this. I'll see if I can share it on Facebook and Twitter or whatever.
All right.
There's a video of Steve Harvey.
Okay.
And he has.
And who is this Steve Harvey that we speak of?
Please.
Is he a first baseman?
Not
first baseman for the Dodgers in the
yes.
80s?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That guy. He is wearing a pair of dress shoes.
Okay, I believe it.
He's dressed up.
Totally believable.
He always dresses very nice.
Nice suits. I've never seen him not dressed well.
Nice shoes, nice suits, nice tie, nice shirts, the whole thing.
Yes.
Dressed
to the nines, some people would say.
I don't know what that means.
Dressed to the nines. That it just
I know the
Steve
phrase.
Harvey. It means Steve Harvey.
Okay. He has an expensive pair of shoes on.
Well,
the bottom of these shoes are slick.
Well, that's the problem with the expensive shoes sometimes. Not very utilitarian.
This is his solution. And he does it on video, and it's fabulous.
He does it on video.
Well, someone's recording him doing this.
Okay.
Like in a dressing room.
All right.
He takes his shoe off. He goes and grabs a kitchen steak knife. On the bottom of the sole, he starts dashing, slicing, and dicing the bottom of the shoe up.
Yeah.
Marking it diagonally, and then the other diagonal, and then straight up and down.
He's giving it some grip.
Absolutely. And he throws them back on again. And I appreciate this.
Okay.
I really, really appreciate this about Steve Harvey. I picture him as the type of guy that does this.
Careful.
What? I'm not going to say anything.
I don't know. I don't know what you're going to say.
No, here's the thing. I think he's appreciative of what he has.
Okay.
I don't think, listen, Steve Harvey is very wealthy. Steve Harvey is very, he's up there.
Yeah.
He could throw those shoes away and grab a brand new pair of shoes.
He could get a brand new pair of shoes for every episode.
Absolutely.
What does he do? Every episode? Does he have a talk show?
He has a talk show. He also does he still do Family Feud?
I think that's Louis Anderson, isn't it?
That's a Canadian version, right?
I don't know.
I think Steve Harvey does.
Wayne Brady doing it now?
Is he?
Right. I don't know.
He's doing Let's Make a Deal.
Is that what he does?
I think so.
It's Drew Carey.
That guy.
The Family Feud, Louis Anderson.
So on Twitter, I was really hoping this was going to go viral.
Steve Harvey?
My comment to Steve Harvey on Twitter.
Okay.
I said, Steve, I'm going to start up a GoFundMe account to buy you a new pair of shoes.
Okay.
So far, nobody's liked it or retweeted it.
Ouch.
So
you had high hopes for that comment.
Man, I really thought I was going to do good.
Yeah.
Fell flat.
That's the way the internet works. You just never know what's going to land and what doesn't, So who could have predicted that Baby Shark would have been the biggest internet video ever?
The moment I heard it, I knew it.
Yeah.
Because my kids would not shut up about it.
I guess it's you. You're the one. Mm-hmm.
You know what else my kids won't shut up about? And it drives me
Most
crazy.
Things.
Well, yeah, that is true. Takis.
What?
Have you heard of Takis?
No.
It's like a chip /
Oh, no, I do know this. And
do you know this?
It's what our friend called an acquired taste.
Takis?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that's was the
chip.
thing. Okay,
Yeah.
I did not know that. Well, Gideon, especially Gideon, is obsessed with them. Will not shut up
They're
about
kind of spicy, right?
I think they can be.
Okay.
I don't think they have
It's
to
like
be.
a Dorito, basically in a different shape. That's the way I view it.
Yes, I think that's basically what it is.
Okay.
I refuse to ever eat them. They could be the best thing on the planet.
Wow.
I refuse.
Because
the hype. I don't like the hype.
I think the hype that you speak of is just in your family.
Listen, it's more than just my family. It's out there.
If you say so.
No, so lady I work with, her
Mhm.
daughter, who's exactly the same age as Gideon,
Mm-hmm.
like within a few months of each other,
Mm-hmm.
she comes in, she goes, "Have you ever heard of Takis?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh,
Mm.
my son will not shut up about them."
Mm.
She's like, "My daughter's exactly the same way."
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, it's really popular for fifth graders,
Okay.
possibly other segments of the population.
I have a fifth grader at home. I've never heard of them. So,
Doesn't
know.
surprise me.
I guess she's not a fan of Takis.
Has she ever had a Taki?
I don't know. I'll have to ask her when I get home. She'll probably listen to this episode and then she can tell me.
I bet Steve Harvey likes Takis.
My first thing.
Yes.
It's there's not that much to say about it. It's just that I've made a decision and I'm going to buy a typewriter.
For what purpose?
I write letters sometimes to people.
To who?
Just people. I like
grandma?
a letter. I like a handwritten letter.
Then why do you need a typewriter for a handwritten letter?
I feel like that makes it even more personal. It's like, whoa, this was on a typewriter. Like this person, like, when's the last time you got anything typed on a typewriter?
How would I know?
You could tell because there's like an indentation in the page. It's like there's a difference between typewriter type and like a inkjet or a laser jet printer or something like that. And I think I would like the sound of it, the ring, 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 the whole thing. And so I'm gonna get a typewriter.
As you listen to your record player
Mm-hmm.
and read your newspaper,
Mm-hmm.
watch the local news.
Yeah.
I think the one thing you're missing to become the ultimate douchebag
Okay.
is I think you need a pipe.
I've said this before. I mean, it might have to be. I've never smoked before, so it might have to be like a bubble pipe or something. You know what I mean, or some kind of.
If I bought you a pipe, would you smoke it?
I don't know. I'm not too interested in smoking, to be honest with you. It doesn't really appeal to me that much.
It's pretty good.
That's what they say. Turns out, tons of people can't stop. So they love
Do you
it
have
so
a
much.
problem with that?
With
addiction?
smoking?
No, addiction.
With addiction?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple addictions. You know what I mean? Why throw another one into the mix?
Okay. Listen, I don't want to cause you to stumble.
Hmm.
Having said that,
I feel like if I started smoking, it might help me lose weight, though. You know what I mean?
It did for me.
Instead of
snacking
on
you smoke, yeah.
Takis, I would be smoking, which is calorie free as far as I'm concerned. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is smoking keto?
Yes. It's pretty great.
No carbs.
No carbs.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious taste in your mouth for hours. For hours.
Yeah, and other people get to smell it too.
You listen, you just got to buy nice tobacco.
Okay.
If you cheap out and get the cheap stuff, everybody around you suffers.
Red, shoot,
Captain Black.
I don't know. I was gonna say something. I can't think of one.
Captain Black is where it's at.
Okay.
I mean, you can go to a tobacco store and get
Sure you can.
fancy tobacco,
Mm-hmm.
which smells delicious,
Yeah.
but you're also going to pay a crap ton of money. Captain Black is like the perfect medium blend of cheap and good.
So my first thing is I want a typewriter, and I don't have anything
Is
else
there
to say
more
about
to
it.
that?
Nope. That's it.
You know, I just watched
What?
with my kids? Misery.
Kathy Bates?
Kathy Bates.
Why did you watch that with your kids? That's like... Oh.
It's a great movie. No, my older kids, not the younger ones.
Oh, okay.
Stella and Harrison watched it with me.
Uh-huh. I've not seen it, but I'm familiar with it.
So it's on Vudu right now to watch for free.
Ooh.
And basically, she takes a writer who crashes in the snow into her home and keeps him prisoner.
And like tortures him.
Well, at one point, she wants to keep him forever.
Yeah.
And so she like smashes his feet.
Okay.
His ankles.
I mean, it sounds like you're making excuses for her. She tortured him. So
no torture. I think implies
why are you defending this monster?
It's not this ongoing torture. Like one time she smashed
I just don't know
his
why
legs.
you feel the need to defend her. You know what I mean? She's an awful person.
Listen, we all have problems.
Yeah.
We all have a history and a past.
Okay.
Which makes us the person we are today. Her history and her past is checkered at best.
I don't know if the listeners can hear my eyes rolling, but
I'm sure they can.
major eye roll.
But she buys him a 50-pound typewriter.
Mm.
This is why I say this.
Oh, I see.
It's super mechanical.
Uh-huh.
And she specifically called it a 50-pound typewriter.
Yeah.
And so it's a huge, like,
See, that's what I want. Something, yeah.
not like
Really
electronic.
substantial.
So they have electronic
No,
typewriters.
no. I want an old-fashioned, old-timey
Like,
typewriter. Yes.
the real clicky.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
you can buy a mechanical keyboard for
Yeah, I know.
your computer.
That's not what I want. I want an actual typewriter.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
It's
You are
happening.
not becoming a person that I would associate with in real life.
Listen, that's my number one goal. I've been trying to accomplish that for a long time. So I'm happy that I'm on the right track.
All of those things. Listen, some of those things, they're not bad things,
Mm-hmm.
but I just feel like you are turning into a person who how should I say it?
Uh-huh.
Is
We are live tonight, Jason.
yeah,
So,
I'm
don't-
avoiding those words
Uh-huh.
that I would normally say.
Sure.
You're becoming a horrible person.
Okay.
I mean, but when it
Well,
comes
listen,
down to
if typing on a typewriter, listening to a record player, drinking French pressed coffee, reading the newspaper while I'm wearing my night jacket, if that makes me a horrible person, then yeah, I'm a horrible person.
yeah, no. Here's why it makes you a horrible person.
Uh-huh.
Because you think you're better than me. No, you do. You think you're better than me. Say it.
Yeah, I think I'm better than you.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
Yeah, because you think you're better than everybody.
Okay.
Not just me.
Uh-huh.
Like the general population.
Well, what
you
if
think you're better than them?
I'm better than some people?
You think you're
some
better
people
than
are,
most people.
Some people are better than me.
Who?
I would say, oh boy, this is tough. I'll get back to you.
Thank you. My second thing
Abraham Lincoln
was not
Mhm.
currently alive.
Okay. Well,
So you don't know. You never met him. He could have
Mhm.
been a horrible person.
he
Could have been.
was tall.
German Chancellor Angela Merkel.
I feel like we should call our president the Chancellor. I feel like
I
that's,
think yes.
can
Maybe
we get
Trump
that done?
can just when he's done with his 2 terms,
Okay.
he will just say everything, all of history,
Mhm.
all of American history,
Yeah.
going back to 1776.
Yeah.
Let's just scrap it. We'll start over,
Uh-huh.
and he can be the chancellor,
Chancellor.
like a lifetime appointee,
I like it.
chancellor of America.
Chancellor Trump. I mean, he's kind of old, so he doesn't have that many years left, but
I don't know. He's going to be around for 20 more years.
he's like 75 or something.
No, he's like 70.
He's at least 70.
See, Biden is 75, and I think Sanders is 77. They're both old.
Yeah.
I think that's part. So
That's
this
the
also
party of diversity and the young, and the
old
young
white
vote.
rich dudes.
Well, I mean, Bloomberg was there too. So
Yep. I'm sorry. Older, richer, whiter.
my favorite thing that there are so many things. My favorite thing that Bernie Sanders has, if you've been paying attention, he used to always criticize the billionaires and the millionaires.
Yes.
But now he only criticizes the billionaires.
because he's a millionaire.
He is a billionaire. Oh my goodness!
How many billionaires are there in America?
Somebody
that you're
called him
just
out.
criticizing.
Somebody finally called him out on his lake house in a Democratic debate, and
Yeah.
he's like, lots of people have a lake house. It's just a cabin. I'm like, no, lots of people do not have a third house
right.
in, that's just for vacations. That's not normal. Most normal people have to save up all year long just to go on a week of vacation. They can't afford an entire home. So anyway, I'm sorry.
I don't know how he's ever gonna do anything. Right.
Well, yeah,
he has no
he's
chance.
He's done.
He's done.
He's done.
I think for that
Biden-
case, I think Biden's done too.
Well,
He's getting crazier and crazier.
I know the stuff that he's saying is just really amazing. I can't wait for the next thing that he says. Did you hear?
Literally every day, it's a new.
There's a new. He can't get out of his own way.
No,
Yeah,
no.
it's awesome.
He said the other day. He was saying, talking about the Biden Obama.
Yeah, Biden Obama. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay. Now listen, I'm not the most well-spoken person.
No.
I say all sorts of things
Yeah.
that don't make sense. Sometimes I'll
Constantly.
cross 2 or 3 words over.
Mhm.
I do this.
Yeah.
I'm also not running for president.
Did you hear? He said he's really excited to appoint the first black female senator.
Yeah. So much is wrong with that. They don't appoint them.
Yeah,
and we've had many black female senators. One of them ran for president. They were on stage with him when he said it.
And the president doesn't appoint senators at all.
Everything about that is wrong. He also said that he's running for Senate.
Yeah,
for the Senate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's awesome.
And then he doesn't know how the internet works.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Go to Joe 3030030."
Yeah.
Like what?
It's like he's
how do I do
it's like
this?
he's a
Is that
robot
Morse
that
code?
started a short circuit. You know what I mean? And it was just like stuck in a loop. Like press Control Delete on Joe.
Did you hear him? He also said when at night when you turn on your radio and your record player, like what?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know Dan does that, but
Yeah, I
does
do that.
anybody
Yeah.
else in America?
Just me. He's talking
Just
to
you,
me.
yeah.
Boy, he's really
You're-
speaking my language. Maybe I should
gotta
be
rethink
voting
this.
for him. Wait a minute.
The best one yet, though, is that he's killed. Not he. Guns have killed 100
Since 2007. And it's not even like you could almost say like guns all time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like maybe you could say that. I don't know. But he since
170 million people.
since 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah.
170
Oh,
million.
did you see this? I don't know if you saw this. Brian Williams on MSNBC. Did you see this video clip?
No.
So Brian Williams is big time news guy.
Talks out of the side of his mouth.
Yeah. Brian Williams is talking to this New York Times lady, right? And they're talking about how much money Bloomberg spent on his campaign. And they say $500
Oh, I did see this.
$500 million.
Right.
And they said, look at this tweet. And then they read this tweet. Yeah, pull it up. It's crazy. Once I read it, I realized like what's wrong with everything. And the tweet said, Bloomberg just spent $500 million on his campaign and lost. For that same amount of money, he could have given, there are 327 million people in America. He could have given every American $1 million and still had money left over. And Brian Williams, like this whole thing was thought out. Like
Yes.
there's a graphics department pulled this up. Producers saw this. Brian Williams saw this. The lady that he was talking to saw this. And they said, oh man, it really puts it in perspective, doesn't it? You know, it's like, what are we talking about? That's obvious. The math is like obviously way off. So in their mind, $300 million is $300 million. Like that's
Right.
the way they're thinking about
Right.
it, you know, which is, you know, basically it's enough to give every person in America,
$2.
not even $2.
Yeah, $1.70.
Yeah. So yeah, Matt Walsh said, you know, like a lot of people give him a crap, but you know, like he could have bought every American like 2 Tic Tacs and a piece of gum, and that actually would have been better money spent than on his campaign.
It is true.
So
It
you
is
know,
true.
So there's, you know, but yeah, it's just wonderful.
Him and Tom Steyer, the two of them combined for $1 billion.
Mm-hmm. For what?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, you know what they did? They just raised the price of everybody else's advertisement.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Supply and demand, and they're shoveling money at it.
Yeah, they are. I mean, every single time I turn on YouTube, another Bloomberg commercial came on for
I'm
me.
so glad he's done.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of those ads. So today Biden was in a factory. Did you see this?
And he called some guy full of bleep. Did you see that?
Yeah. Yeah. You're
Yeah.
full of crap
Yeah.
and you're a horse's butt.
Yeah. Because
Dude,
the guy
he
was asking
questioning
about
him.
his gun policy.
Yeah.
Because he said all sorts of ridiculous things about guns, about taking
He's
people's
on
guns away.
record. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
he's on record to saying all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And Biden.
Oh,
I'm
Biden.
going to start calling him Biden.
Mhm.
Biden comes back and says, listen. He's like, you know, you don't need an AR-14.
Mhm.
There's no such thing as an AR-14. That's not a gun. There's an AR-15.
Sure.
I mean, I guess you could outlaw AR-14s.
Please.
Nobody would
You
be
outlaw
upset
them.
about
Yeah,
that.
do it. Yeah, if that makes you feel better.
Yeah. No, he just doesn't even know what he's
But
talking
this is
about.
not why we're here, is to talk about politics.
I hate politics.
Me too. You're going to talk about the German chancellor.
Who said she's predicting?
Wait a minute. It's a woman?
Yeah. You're also sexist.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm old fashioned.
70%.
Mm-hmm.
She's predicting 70% of Germany is going to get the coronavirus. She has said this today. She said this.
I'm not interested in this.
Listen, this sets up points 2 and 3 for me.
Okay, fine.
Germany has a population of 82 million people.
All right.
70% of that is 57 million.
So 57 million people, according to her, are going to get the
coronavirus.
All right.
If 1%, which is conservative,
It's
because
not conservative. It's much below 1%.
the real number is 3%.
No, it's not.
If 1% of the 57 million people get it, that's 570,000 people dead.
That's not going to happen. There's no. I'll put everything I own on it right now. 570,000 people. Is that what you said? 570,000 people in Germany are not going to die from the coronavirus.
You don't know this.
I do know.
You
this.
don't know.
Yes,
this.
I know this. They just got to have something to talk about.
Who?
The media.
Why?
Because it sells. Because people are freaking out, and so they're watching the news all the time, so they can say crazy stuff about the coronavirus. There's so much we don't know, and they're acting like we do.
Okay.
And I hear these people interviewed because I watch the news in the morning, and like doctors, they'll bring doctors on, and the doctors are like trying to calm them down and be like, say all sorts of reasonable things, and they don't even listen to them. They just come back and say, well, how should we be responding? And it's just ridiculous. This is a total. I'm not saying it's a good thing. You know what I mean? I'm not happy that people have died, or that are sick or anything like that, but it is so overblown.
Okay. I will say this. I think it is overblown.
It is overblown.
I also think that people need to be cautious.
Of course.
Okay. So listen, we'll stop there. We don't have to get into it anymore.
All right.
But that sets up point number 2 for me. Thing number 2. LeBron James said this.
All right.
If I show up, this is his exact quote.
All right.
If I show up to an arena and there are no fans there, I ain't playing.
Yeah. Okay. He's there for the fans.
I hate everything about this.
Listen, you're just going to find any reason to hate LeBron. He's having a great year, and you're upset about that. And
no,
so
it's not just LeBron.
Listen,
there are soccer players right now in Italy playing in empty stadiums.
Yeah.
Because the whole country is under quarantine.
Soccer players in Italy, though,
what?
I don't know.
They're professionals.
Okay.
They get paid lots of money.
They do.
To play in front of lots of people.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think when push comes to shove, he will play wherever he has to play. If the stakes are like real,
I want to see. I want to see
play.
him. I want to see this play out. I want to see him play in an empty arena.
He would. I think if he had to, he would. I think he's just saying. I think he's just voicing his opinion. Like, this doesn't sound like fun to me. Like, he likes to play in front of a crowd.
I don't fault him for that. I fault him for being stupid.
I don't understand why that's stupid. I just think you hate LeBron James.
I do hate LeBron.
I know.
James.
And so because you hate LeBron James, just like...
Do you think my hatred for LeBron James is on par with the media's hatred for Trump?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because
this is starting to make
every
sense.
single
I get
thing
this now, yeah.
that Trump says, they are going to find a way to twist it to make it sound worse than it is, or evil, or like a lie, or something. And you do the same thing. There's nothing that LeBron could say. I mean, LeBron could give every dollar that he's ever made to like all the starving children in the world or something, and you would find a way to hate on it or something.
I think you're right. I think this all makes sense now.
Yeah, because you have an unreasonable hatred in your heart towards him.
That is true.
But it is, I think that's like a mechanism that like we as people in our modern world like come up with. Like there's lots of things that make me mad. There are lots of things that make me angry in my own life.
I need to stop really quick.
What?
We need to say hi. Joe is listening live.
Joe?
Yeah, he just texted me. Shoeless Joe.
Shoeless Joe.
Yeah.
What's up, Joe? How you doing?
This is the advantage of having a live show.
Maybe Joe could write in a question or something.
Yeah, Joe, if you're listening, and you are, because I can tell. Text me something.
Yeah, text Jason a question.
Did text me
and
something.
We will answer it.
He said I would call in, but we are in the bedtime routine. # dad life. Yeah. So we'll find it time to get Joe on.
Okay. All right. So my second thing. So that's things 2 and 3 for you. So I got to go through.
No. That's thing 2.
You still have another thing in the way.
I still have another thing.
Is it coronavirus related?
Kinda.
Oh, jeez. My second thing. We don't have to spend a long time on it.
Good.
Shut up. The U.S. women's national team, the soccer team. Mega Raponi.
I hate her.
Carly Lloyd.
I hate her. I hate all of them.
Abby Wambach.
Ugh.
All of these ladies, very successful. They
At
win
what?
at women's soccer.
Okay.
They are upset because they do not get paid the same amount as the men's national team. And
Good.
they are more successful than them as far as in their field. They're more successful than them. And the U.S. soccer organization said it is the job of a men's national team carries more responsibility within U.S. soccer than the job of the women's national team.
That is true.
And that's what they said. And I mean, they are losing their crap. And they're saying stuff like, I can't believe right in front, like you're saying this right in front of International Women's Day and you're not giving us, our due money. And not only are they asking for the same amount that the men are getting, but they're asking for reparations. They're asking for them to go back in time and back pay all of the money that they would have gotten.
Well, that's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And I don't have the quote right. I mean, it's somewhere in this article, but here's Mega Ramponi, who is just, nobody's been more in love with the sound of their own voice than Mega Ramponi. She said, I mean, the timing of it on the eve of not only a game, but in this tournament and on the eve of International Women's Day. I guess if that's how you want to celebrate International Women's Day and show support not only for your players, but for the future players and girls all over the place, that's one way to do it. So what she's saying is, because they won't give her like this ridiculous amount of money that somehow they hate women or something like that. This is math. This is simple math. If the women were making that much money, they would pay them that much money. But
Absolutely.
The reason they're not making that much, my guess is, I'm not 100% sure, but my guess is that female gymnasts get more money than male gymnasts because the ratings for female gymnastics is higher than male gymnastics. So my guess is they probably make more money because there are probably more wealthy female gymnasts than there are wealthy male gymnasts. My guess
the reason all of this is driven by ad revenue and ultimately how many people watch them on TV.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There are men's leagues everywhere.
Right.
There's English leagues and German leagues and Italian leagues and American leagues. And you know what? They're all men leagues because that's what people watch. There's women's soccer on and the stands are empty and it's broadcast on TV very frequently.
Yeah.
Or not frequently, seldomly.
Yeah.
And nobody watches it.
Mm-hmm.
If people would watch it, ESPN would put it on and they would sell the ads and make money. And the women would make more money.
This is just straight business.
It's economics.
So a U.S. soccer lawyer for U.S. soccer asked Carly Lloyd, do you think that the team could be competitive against a senior men's national team? And she said, I'm not sure. Shall we fight it out to see who wins and then we get paid more? That's the biggest lie anybody's ever told in their life.
I would actually like to see that.
She is the men's team. If the men's national team played the women's national team, they would win 40-0.
I want to see
they would blow them out of the water.
I want to see this.
And you know what? The women are amazing. They're so good at what they do, and they're phenomenal. They're really, really great at what they do. But are we gonna, Carly Lloyd? Are you that?
Well, listen, if they were that good, they would play in the men's leagues.
If they were that good, they would absolutely play in the men's league. Nothing would make the MLS happier than to have an actual woman.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Or the Premier League or the Spanish league. If they had a woman that was actually
it'd be all over the place.
All those teams would line up to pay her all of the money that they have.
Yes.
Take all of my money.
Because they would sell all of the jerseys, everything.
It would be this fun. It would be huge.
Right.
But the reason they're not getting more is because they don't make that much. This is a simple thing.
Right.
You are a woman getting paid to play soccer. Be happy with that. You live in an amazing world and an amazing country where you get to do this.
Okay, so we have to address something before we move on.
Okay.
Joe says, my son Owen wants to know what's your childhood pets.
Our childhood pets?
Yes, and his daughter Ella says hi.
Oh, hi, Ella.
What's up, Ella?
What's up, Owen?
And they've got a new baby. I don't know the baby's name.
Dan, right? I thought.
When's the last time you visited Arkansas? Was it
it's been a while.
10 months ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Ozzy.
What's the question?
Ozzy is the baby's name.
Ozzy?
Uh-huh.
What's the question?
Our childhood pets. When we were kids.
So the first dog that I remember was Bear.
Yes, it was a female dog, and the official name was Strawberry.
But we called her Bear.
Yes, she was a boxer.
She was a boxer, and she was mean as snot. Like I would go out there to feed her, and she would jump all over me and claw me.
In hindsight, I don't think she was mean. I think she was just excited that we paid attention to her.
Yeah,
because she was chained up outside.
We didn't have her for long. I don't know what happened to her. Our next dog.
That dog had babies. I remember.
Yeah.
The dog, Bear, had babies. Baby puppies.
Yeah.
And when we gave away the puppies, we gave away one of the puppies with the mother.
Oh, is that how we did that?
Yes.
Okay. So then the next dog was
Jack.
Jack.
Yes.
Jack was our best dog.
Jack was an awesome
Jack
dog.
was a great dog. It was a husky, some kind of husky mix. And
friendly, nice.
Just a really good dog.
Yes.
Speaking of friendly, our next dog.
Named Friendly.
Thing about Friendly, fast. Do you remember? Friendly used to chase the car down the road. We lived in the old country road, and Friendly could run like 40 miles an hour.
And unfortunately, that's what led to Friendly's demise.
Turns out
chasing cars is a bad idea for a dog.
Bad idea for a dog.
Yeah.
So Friendly went off to a farm to chase cars at a farm. And then our last dog that we had for the longest by far was Duke. Now, Duke was a great dog too. Also a female. Duke probably mothered, I don't know, 100 puppies. Bob Barker was not happy with us.
No, we got personal letters in the mail from Bob Barker.
Bob Barker used to, like
spade, neuter your pets.
And we watched that show every day.
Yeah.
So, and then Duke was the last one. It seems like our sister had a cat named Kitty for a while.
Yes, a gray cat that we tortured.
Yeah, and we had some goldfish at different times.
Big Ben.
Big Ben was a great goldfish.
Big Ben was a koi.
Did Big Ben eat the other fish? Didn't we
No. So at one time we didn't know this because we were just kids and our mom didn't bother to figure it out. We bought one of those beta fish.
Oh, right. We put the beta fish in with the goldfish.
With all the other goldfish.
Listen, Owen, we're just listen. If you have a fish at home, tell your dad you want a fish and that Dan and Jason said it's okay. And
Ella will help take care of the fish.
Ella will help.
Yes.
But don't get a bunch of goldfish if you want, but don't get one of those betas and put it in with a goldfish.
It's a bad idea.
They're enemies.
One by one,
we just started losing goldfish.
Started killing these goldfish.
And we're like, why are all these and they were just disappeared. Like,
yeah, I don't know how that happened, but they would just be gone forever.
Yeah.
And Joe says he has a beta named Cooper.
Oh, right.
So do not introduce Cooper to other fish
unless you want Cooper to have a nice meal. Now, here's the thing about
Big Ben held on.
Here's the thing about betas, that it's that little hard food, like the little hard pieces, the pellets.
Yeah.
We've had multiple betas in our life that we trained to jump out of the water and take the food from your finger.
What?
You get the end of your finger a little wet, and then you like hover it above the water, and it jumps out of the water and takes the food from your finger.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So you gotta like not feed them for a while so they get super hungry. And then when you can see the ribs, that's when you know.
So we had fish one time as our current family, and I bought the tank and everything. I mean, everything was right. We had the little neon fish. I woke up. Estelle she's 16 now. At the time, she was probably 3. She decided to feed the fish. She dumped in the entire bottle of flakes, killed them.
Well, that's how that works.
Killed all the fish. And so that was the beginning and the end.
You can't overfeed the fish.
No, you can. A whole bottle of food.
Yeah.
Doesn't work that way.
Now, I'm not proud of this. I didn't do this. Okay. So this is not me, but a friend of the show, who we talked about earlier, Jad, was my roommate at one point. I also had a roommate named Jason, not you. And Jason had a big fish tank. And we were all living in this apartment together. And the fish tank wasn't getting cleaned.
Yes.
And it was getting nasty.
Smelly. Yeah.
And then it started to smell. And we would tell Jason, you need to clean your fish tank. And he'd be like, yeah, I'll do it, whatever. And then he would just laugh. And he'd walk away. And finally, we're like, that's it. You know, like, Jason, if you don't clean it, I'm going to clean it and you're not going to like it, you know? And so I would say these threats, but I didn't do it.
No, of course not.
Well, friend of the show, Jad, we gave Jason and all the men, you clean this thing or we're going to clean it, you know?
Yes.
And so Jason, you know, said no. And then he did that weird laugh thing that he does. And then he walked out. And so Jad poured a bunch of bleach into the fish
Well,
tank.
okay, so I think before that happened, the story that I am aware of,
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew,
Yeah, Mountain
yes.
Dew was first, just to see if they would get all excited, which I think they did. And then he poured bleach in there and finished them off. But the smell went away. So, and then Jason got rid of the fish tank.
It's a win-win.
Listen, I had no problem with it. I like the fish tank. Just clean it.
The best story that I've ever been a part
I
of
know what you're going to say.
is when you and I were talking on the phone once.
Mhm. Yeah.
At the time, you were living in Tulsa. I was living in Columbus.
Yeah.
And I was actually getting ready to move down there.
I was in an apartment with like 17 guys.
Yeah.
Somehow we broke every law and had an apartment together with like.
And I moved into that apartment. So I was number 18.
Yeah, there were a lot of us. Yeah.
That was fun.
Mhm.
Rent was cheap.
Yeah, it was like $12.
They covered everything.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you on the phone, and you're like, "Oh, there's a dog in my house. That's weird." Oh, good. It has a name tag.
Good. It has a name tag. Yeah.
And you're like, I'll call you back. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
And then your side of the story,
Yeah.
the name tag had your phone number on it.
Yeah, our phone number and address, because friend of the show, Jad, once again, found a dog and then immediately bought a collar for it. And like,
Had it engraved.
yeah, like, do you not understand how this works? Like, you have to get like pet, like deposits, all this kind of stuff. Like, we can't have a pet here, and we had to hide the dog for like a month until he could get rid of it. It was super annoying.
That's pretty great. My third thing.
That's please just.
Is it your third thing? Is that your third?
No,
That's
I
your
still
second
have
thing.
a thing.
No, that was your second thing. I haven't done my third thing yet.
I have a third thing too.
My third thing. I would like to do the Mount Rushmore.
I have a Mount Rushmore too.
Really? Mine will go pretty quick.
Please.
I would like to do them in light of the coronavirus and the mandatory quarantines that we will all live in. I want to do the Mount Rushmore of quarantined necessities.
As much as I hate on the coronavirus and the hype around it, and I stand by my assessment, I would welcome a quarantine.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2-week vacation, right? You're telling me I could just stay at home for 2 weeks?
Like, I don't have to, like, that's.
I don't have to do anything?
Yeah,
I could
that's
just
the
stay
goal of my life.
here? I want to live in this
Yeah.
quarantine.
So,
Well, when
anyway.
we were kids, we had a version of this
Mhm.
where we would gather items and go into the living room. It's
Yeah.
summertime.
Mhm.
And we would see who could stay in the living room the longest.
Right. Last person to leave is the loser
We
or the winner.
Yeah. So we quarantined ourselves in our living room as kids.
So
it
what's
was a
the
game.
question? What's the Mount Rushmore?
Okay, you get 4 items. It's the Mount Rushmore.
Oh, I'm
Of-
in a quarantine.
You're in a quarantine situation.
I get
You
4
have
items.
4 items.
Is food and drink?
I
part of
think
this?
all of this. I mean, if you want to just drink your tap water, that's fine.
So
if
does
you
that
wanna-
not? So if I choose to drink tap water, does that mean it's not one of my items?
That's true. But I'm going to choose coffee. It's something I need to buy and bring into the house before the quarantine happens. You have 4 items to quarantine to bring into your house
Okay.
to make sure that you have enough of that the supply will be there.
Let's say, yeah, coffee would probably be a big one.
I have to have the coffee.
So we're talking about like food that will last.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what we did today.
These are like survival
Yeah.
items. Is what we're not talking about like an iPad,
No.
stuff like this.
No, I mean you want to be able to live through this.
Okay.
I mean,
All
this quarantine potentially we're not, it could be the coronavirus. It could also be the zombie apocalypse.
All right.
We went to GFS today
Mm-hmm.
and bought like 200 hot dogs
Okay.
because I'll be able to grill those out on the back porch, and we can eat those for
Yeah, you will
2 weeks.
if you have to. All right. So I would say yes, coffee definitely would be one of them. I don't want to run out of coffee in this situation. Assuming that I have access to clean water. Now, the food.
Now you do a lot of Redbox. Would you try to rent 14 days worth of movies?
No, because I'm assuming I have internet access. Do I have internet access in my
if
television?
if that's one of your Mount Rushmore of
Am I going to like a hospital or something, or am I in my house?
okay, you're in your house.
Okay, so I have those things. So now,
So these are going to be consumables.
now it's like somebody's
primarily.
telling me, Dan, you can't. You can go to the store and get 4 things,
Okay,
but you have to be, and you're going to have to be in your house for
Yes.
2 weeks.
correct.
Okay. So I would say,
So the one thing, Shelby went to the store today
uh-huh.
and she said on the shelf there are no Clorox wipes, there's no Purell,
Mhm.
and there's no toilet paper.
Okay.
So I want toilet paper in my quarantine situation. Now, listen, you don't have to have toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel free to take a shower when you're done,
Okay.
but I want some toilet paper.
Yeah, toilet paper I think is necessary.
Coffee and toilet paper for me.
So they're out of toilet paper at the stores here?
A couple hours ago, they were.
Jeez. People are freaking out unnecessarily.
We actually bought a ton of toilet paper before all this happened.
Yeah, I've recently, I think, bought Costco toilet paper.
We did too,
so,
yeah. You buy it by like 82 rolls at a time
Mhm.
at Costco.
Yeah, buy it twice a year. You're
Yeah.
good. Okay. I feel like rice, like a big bag of rice, would
Okay.
go a long way.
Okay.
You know, you could do different things with rice. You can put like sugar and cinnamon in it and make it like kind of like a sweet kind of with butter
Not
and stuff.
keto.
Okay, this is survival. Or you could have it savory. You could put some like salt and spices, and you could put like hot sauce in it.
You
and
fry
make it-
rice.
make it different. You could fry
Some
rice.
egg and
There's
soy
lots of
sauce.
stuff you could do. Yeah.
Delicious.
I'm hungry. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll stop somewhere on the way home.
Yeah. So rice, coffee,
Toilet paper.
toilet paper,
You get one more consumable.
and double-sided Scotch tape.
Do you want any form of entertainment, or everything in your house is already
Well,
there?
if I have everything in my
You know-
house, I'm fine.
Like I might pick up an extra board game, something that listen. I've got 2 weeks of this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be stuck with my kids for 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
I want to do something that I'm
Yeah.
not gonna go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have
Um,
Connect 4, but if we
yeah.
didn't, that's one I would pick up.
Okay. Boy, this is a tough one. I feel like there's some glaring.
Do you have a chessboard with all of your record playing and newspaper
Mhm.
reading and all this person?
I do
you
have a
become?
chessboard.
Okay.
I don't know. Can I go outside?
I think, God, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are to this.
Because I think I'd like I have a fire pit. I think I'd like a lot of firewood.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I'd
I
like to
think
go
that's acceptable,
outside
yeah.
and light a fire, So
Breathe in the smoke.
yeah, I feel like that's cleansing. So so I would say firewood. Just
Okay.
a bunch of firewood.
I'm good with this, except on my personal Mount Rushmore, I'm going to substitute the rice for hot dogs.
Okay. All right, very good. My Mount Rushmore, and we're running out of time here, Jason. My Mount Rushmore that I want to do is a 1980s Mount Rushmore.
Okay. Like 1984, 1988,
Uh-huh.
1989,
Okay.
and 1981.
Good. Done. What is your Netflix suggestion of the week? That's not what I was thinking.
Oh,
So I'm just gonna read my list.
did I say 88?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm just gonna read my list of things that I think belong in consideration.
And
Right?
I will say yes or no.
Okay, I've got a long list. You ready?
Yes.
And here's the thing: these are specific to the 80s. So you can't say like riding your bike home,
You might have a nostalgic memory of riding your bike.
but it's not specific to
Gotcha.
the 80s because they've been doing that. You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
So-
at least since the 1950s.
So this has to be 1980s specific.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I follow.
Like number one, neon colors.
Okay. I'm going to pass.
Synth music.
That might belong on it.
Okay. What I'm calling, I don't know what else to call this, primitive video games. In other words, like
Atari
original
Nintendo.
those original Nintendo, like original games that came out.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big one. Theme songs to sitcoms. I feel like
when they told the story.
I feel like the 1980s was the prime decade for
I will say
sitcom
though that
theme
the
songs.
90s sitcom theme songs
Yeah.
still were live and strong. So it's not
Okay, all right,
exclusive to
okay.
the 80s.
All right, this is what we're talking about. I feel like the 1980s, although the 90s were involved in this too, I feel like the 1980s were the prime decade for the VCR.
Yes, absolutely.
So I mean, when I see a VCR, I think 1980s.
Yes.
Specifically those.
Well, the
old
90s
ones.
it kicked over to DVD.
Yeah. So
And the 70s were beta
VCR.
and other stuff.
Okay, you ready for this one?
Yes.
The Wendy's salad bar.
I would say salad bars in general, maybe not even specifically Wendy's.
Listen, the Wendy's salad bar.
Ponderosa salad bar? Come on.
The
what are we
Wendy's
talking
salad bar was where it was at. All right. People don't know, but the Wendy's salad bar.
Is that not a thing anymore, I guess?
No. When's the last time you saw a Wendy's salad bar?
I don't look.
The
I don't
80s.
know.
That's the last time you saw it.
Okay.
Next. This is what I'm calling prime Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Which, like, I feel like the
not
best.
Weird Michael Jackson.
Not weird Michael Jackson.
And
not
not
kid Michael
yes.
Jackson, Jackson 5. Like prime
Okay.
Billie
yeah.
Jean.
No, that, yes.
You know, prime
the
Michael
moonwalk,
Jackson.
all that.
Okay. Next. Anti-drug commercials and after-school specials.
Dare to keep the kids off drugs. Yeah. Just say no, Nancy Reagan.
Yeah.
Is a big thing, yes.
I feel like that's very
Oh.
80s specific.
I was convinced as a kid I would be just flooded with drugs.
I thought people would offer me drugs all the time. Nobody has literally
I've
nobody
never
has
been offered.
ever
Yeah.
offered me drugs.
I've actually
other than-
asked, and they say no, I don't have any.
Yeah, this is no.
Yeah.
No. All right. Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah, come on.
Okay. Ready for this one?
Yes.
The Walkman.
Ooh, yes.
That's a big one.
It is a big one.
The Walkman is a really big one. Like,
well, the
this-
cassette tape was alive.
I'm talking about
and
the
well.
Sony Walkman, like with the with
yes,
the
but you're not
headphones
just
that have the ear, the orange
But you're not just talking radio, you're talking cassette.
cassette. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely.
With the I'm talking the Sony one.
Yeah.
With the orange pads for
Oh,
the
yeah.
ears, like
Absolutely. Yeah.
that one. Okay. The mixtape,
Oh yeah.
right? That was
Yeah.
a big thing.
Huge.
Huge thing. Okay.
I was really good at that, by the way.
Yeah.
I would do the math and I would write it on a piece of paper. I've
Yeah.
got a 45-minute tape.
And you could get it down
That's-
to like 2 or 3 seconds.
Oh, I mean, I was so
Mhm.
good at that.
Yeah. All right. Next, video rental stores. I feel like their heyday was the 80s.
The heyday was the 80s.
Now I know it went into the 90s, even into the 2000s, and there are some still kicking today.
They're hanging on.
But I feel like the 80s were the
I'm with
prime,
you. Yes.
like prime decade for
Yes.
that. Okay, the Berlin Wall.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the fall of the Berlin
Yeah,
Wall happened in the
that's
80s,
what I'm-
but I don't know if it's
I'm
exclusively
talking
to
about the
80s.
fall of the Berlin Wall. Like
That's
like
different than the Berlin Wall.
Okay, well, what I meant to say.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying
Just say it.
when the Berlin Wall fell. That's
Okay,
a pretty
no.
okay. Ronald Reagan.
Yes.
Okay.
He is the definition of the 80s.
Okay. The dunk contest. I feel like
no. No.
all right. Indiana Jones.
Yes.
E.T.
Although it does hang over into the 90s.
yeah, but it is.
Yeah.
And then E.T.
I
Okay. That's all I got. Do you have anything to add to it? Do you want to pick a top 4 of my list?
so I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the things that immediately jump out.
You should have the list.
Yeah,
You
I
should
see
be
it.
able to pull the list. I sent it to you.
I think Ronald Reagan.
Okay, so
like,
Ronald Reagan.
when I
is
think
the
of the
George
80s,
Washington.
Oh, absolutely.
Incidentally, Ronald Reagan's also the George Washington of the presidential Mount Rushmore.
Isn't George Washington? the George
Ironically,
Washington-
he's not. It's Ronald Reagan. All right, so
soon to be Donald Trump.
well, he'll be all 4 eventually, according to you. So Ronald Reagan. What else you got?
The VCR.
The VCR. Okay.
I think. Gosh, I'm thinking. I think Michael Jackson.
Prime Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a big one.
That was a big one.
And I'm feeling the anti-drug.
The anti-drug
That
commercials.
was so big in the 80s.
That was a really big deal.
Now we were kids, and so
Mhm.
we were marketed
Mm-hmm.
for the
Oh, yeah.
anti-drugs.
I was ready to just say no. Completely.
Yeah.
Nobody was more ready to turn down the offer of drugs than I was. Disappointed that I never got that opportunity. You know,
Well, we could do it right now. Hey, do you want some of these drugs?
what do they do?
They make you feel good.
I'd like to feel good. Crap.
Fail.
All right. That was my third thing.
Okay. Netflix suggestion of the week.
Netflix, Netflix.
Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Or maybe Amazon Prime or something like that, like YouTube. Or we don't want to put a box around what you watch, so you never know.
Jason.
You're going to be disappointed. I was watching the live listeners, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Someone popped up as I hit play on that.
Yeah.
They listened to 10 seconds of it and left.
Oh, that's sad to me. It's hurtful, actually.
Because you wrote that song.
I did. That was an original.
How long did it take you to write that?
That was literally my first try. So I just pressed record and started playing.
Like you didn't jot anything down on a piece of paper? Just nothing?
That was a one record. I played and sang that song once in my life, and that was it.
I think it's somewhat successful.
What is
my
your Netflix suggestion?
Netflix
of the
suggestion of the week
is
you can't roll your eyes because it has more to do with you roll your eyes more than anybody I know.
It comes when you're better than other people.
Yes.
You know, like it's easy to roll your eyes.
No,
at
I get it because I feel it when I'm around you all the time.
What is it?
Mystery Science Theater. Listen.
You've already done this multiple times.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you definitely have.
No, I definitely haven't in this manner. Brought to you by Mystery Science Theater, the original.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Pluto TV. Pluto TV is a live streaming TV service that has dozens and dozens of channels. And one of the channels is dedicated for Mystery Science Theater 3000. 24/7, 365. All it does is play the old Mystery Science Theater 3000s. Not just what you can find on Netflix. Because there's like
not too distant future.
There's like 20 of them on Netflix.
Somewhere in outer space. La la la.
I love Mystery Science Theater. And it's great background.
With the help from his robot friends. Robot roll call.
Gypsy. Tom Servo. Crow.
If you wonder how he eats and breathes and other science facts, just repeat to yourself, it's just a show. You should really just relax. I don't remember the last time I heard that song, and those lyrics just came out.
Because it's a fabulous show.
Okay.
I watch it with my kids.
Listen, it's not like I got anything wrong with Mystery Science Theater 3000. I'm a fan. It's just that you've suggested this so many times.
Okay, no, yes. I've done season 1 and season 2 of the new version, which is great, by the way, on Netflix. This on this platform on Pluto TV. Listen, Pluto TV is actually pretty cool for the family because there's other dedicated channels. One of them, Wipeout. There's a Wipeout channel.
Geez.
They play like British Wipeout. They play Australian Wipeout. Like all over the globe, there's different versions of Wipeout.
Like German Wipeout.
Yeah,
like
my kids
like
love
a kielbasa will come by and smack you in the face,
and I love it.
Okay.
Sauerkraut.
Like a giant tub of, you fall into a tub of sauerkraut. Okay.
Yeah.
Hans. All right. Mystery Science Theater 3000 on
brought
Pluto.
to you on Pluto TV.
Do they have an app? Like,
yes,
how do you?
No, you can do it on your phone.
Do they have a
do it on the
Samsung
Roku.
TV app? Do they have an Xbox app?
Yeah, it's on my TV. It's on the Vizio app. It's everywhere.
Pluto TV.
Pluto TV.
And I'll look it up. I've been trying to talk my family into getting rid of a couple of TV streaming services,
such as
Netflix, Disney Plus. You know, but
the kid-friendly ones.
They are not. They're not going along with the program. So,
but Dad, we watch it.
Yeah, and I am not going to make those little monsters mad. You know what I mean? I got to stay on their good side. Listen,
they know where you sleep.
They know too much. And here's the number one. We give some dad advice sometimes.
Yeah,
you know, do whatever makes your kids happy. You know what I mean? That's the dad advice.
Our dad said, if they're being good, you leave them alone.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And so your kids are good when they watch Netflix and crap TV.
Turns out, if you put a screen in front of them, they won't even bother you at all. Like they barely even ask to eat. You know?
Your food bill's gone down.
Mm-hmm. Like
Your water bill has gone down.
Yeah.
They don't shower or bathe anymore.
Mm-mm. So that's a good thing. So
Okay. What is your Netflix suggestion of the week?
Suggestion. My Netflix suggestion of the week
Just call me Joe Biden. I'm sorry, Joe O. Biden.
You can find this. You're gonna have to get a. You're gonna have to pay for a
Oh my
HBO
gosh. Why do you
membership.
do this? This is
Well, I
nothing.
accidentally bought HBO for a month, and so I've been going through stuff. And the reason I bought HBO,
Why do you say accidentally with air quotes?
Well, because I clicked on the thing that said buy, but I thought when I clicked on the thing that said buy, normally it takes you to something that says,
like, are you sure?
Yeah, do you want 3 months? Do you want 6 months? Do you want 12 months? Do you want 1 month? So do you want to try for like a week free trial? Like that's what I was trying
No,
to
it
get
just
to.
immediately
But turns out when you click buy on that, it just
they ain't joking.
charges your Amazon account right then. Like I tried to cancel it and it wouldn't. Like I tried to like get on Amazon real quick and like back out, but it was, no. So anyway, Tolkien, the movie about J.R.R. Tolkien.
Oh yeah,
It's
is
a
it
biography.
Benedict Cumberbatch?
It's the guy that plays Beast in the X-Men movies, the younger guy. I think. What's the guy that turns blue in X-Men?
I don't know.
Anyway, it's that guy.
Okay.
And Thomas Newman does the soundtrack. Soundtrack is
Soundtrack is great. Yes.
Soundtrack is phenomenal. The movie is very slow.
It's his life story.
It's him from childhood to like the end of World War I, like when he gets back from the war. So it doesn't. Basically the movie ends when he starts writing the books.
Okay.
Like that's movie's closing and he's sitting down to write The Hobbit. So it's really interesting. It's a very slow. I will say it's a very slow movie. It's not like particularly exciting, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. And so I would suggest if that sounds interesting to you,
It does.
then you should watch it. If
But
you're out there
I
listening,
don't have HBO.
well, you can accidentally buy it for $10 for a month. And you should, and you will thank me because you need to watch McMillions, by the way.
I'm trying to cancel subscriptions,
Listen,
not add to
I'm
them.
just telling you, McMillions is where it's at. It'd be better if it was 4 episodes than 6, but still, it's one of the best documentaries I've seen in a long time. You will thoroughly enjoy it, and you will thank me.
Okay, so starting next week,
Uh-huh.
I think that we should actively pursue some phone calls.
All right, we'll set it up. You'll set it up for next week that you can call into the show, and we'll take all of your questions.
Well, most of them. You can't say all.
Well,
we have no idea what they're going to ask.
We have no idea what they're going to ask.
I mean, they might ask things, and we might suggest that we don't know.
Okay.
So an answer, they will have an answer.
Mm-hmm.
The answer might be, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
And I don't really want to give out my personal phone number.
No.
So we might figure out how to do like a show number.
Just stay up to date on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
And that's where you'll find out all the information that you need to know.
How do you find Lauer Road Radio on Facebook?
You just search Lauer Road Radio.
LAUER.
Look for our two ugly faces.
ROAD RADIO.
There it is. That's a show. All right, Jason. This is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Sit, Booba, sit. Good dog. I have spoken.